everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to Ejima. So, I'm just going to wait for people to join in. Let me see. Sorry. Just fix this lighting a little bit. I'm just gonna give us about five minutes. Well, not for. Oh, Russell's starting early. Hi, Russell. Okay, $5 super chat. How are you doing today? That good way to start off the live. Good way to start off the live. Hi, Russell. Hope all is well. Where are you tuning in from? Curious to know. I'm just gonna wait a couple more minutes, just because we're just gonna get to the point these days. I'm not gonna wait around for everyone. It's the lives actually go up the day after, I believe, or the night of. We usually put them up so anyone is free to rewatch them and get all the information. Just because when people replay it, I don't want it to be so like really dead in the beginning and boring. Hi, Ariel. Nice to see you again. Um, yeah, we have a few people on, so I can go ahead and start. Okay, I don't want to waste anyone's time. It's already 9:02 p.m. and I know people have things to do and have to get ready for. Most people have to get ready for work tomorrow. So in this video is titled "Best Neighborhoods to Relocate to in Charlotte, North Carolina," and I figured I should have a video like this just because it's such an interesting topic and people tend to have a lot of questions surrounding specific areas they should live in the apartments they should live in. And as most of you know, my name is Nana. I moved to Charlotte about 2.5 years ago. I'm not a Charlotte connoisseur. I don't know everything about Charlotte, North Carolina, but what I can say is that I've learned a lot living here. And I moved here from northern New Jersey. And there are some areas I would recommend. And I think it really just depends on what you're looking for in a city. Everyone is looking for something different. Charlotte has so many neighborhoods, and it can get very, very confusing because unlike where I'm from, okay, Charlotte is a city. That's what always gets confusing. Charlotte itself is a city. So within the city, there's so many different neighborhoods, and some of them don't even have like a real name. Versus like where I'm from, I live, let's say, in a town in a county. So it just it's kind of hard to compare it because everything is Charlotte, 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 and Charlotte is huge. But within Charlotte, there's so many different areas, and there's a lot of border areas that people have been moving to as well. So in this video, I'm just gonna name some of the top ones. There's way too many. I can't go through all of them. Russell said, I live in Atlanta. I'm interested in moving to Charlotte. I was wondering about the status of jobs there. Okay, what type of jobs specifically? I really don't know much about jobs, to be honest. I just know banking is really big here, like the finance sector. Healthcare, you're gonna definitely get a job, but they don't really pay anything crazy. I feel like as far as what I know, the people that get paid well really here are in the finance sector. So please specify. All right, so when we're talking about best neighborhoods, I'm talking about pricing, things to do. It's really going to be more of catered, I think, to millennials, young adults, just because I feel like different people are looking for different things at different points in their life. Like, there's a lot of nice suburbs in the Charlotte area, but I wouldn't necessarily want to live there just because I just feel like I would get really, really bored and I don't like driving. So I don't want to be far from things, which is a main reason why I understand why a lot of people live in areas like Uptown, even though Uptown is really, really pricey. Like average one bedroom, I think is about 2,000. It's really, really pricey. But it just makes sense because literally most things to do in Charlotte, North Carolina are in the Uptown area. And even if it's not in Uptown, it's not going to be too far from Uptown. So yeah, we look for different things. People with kids are thinking of the school system. I know for a fact a lot of Charlotte areas do not have good school systems, so that's why a lot of people with families tend to go like to Concord, Huntersville, those areas. I'm thinking about safety, reasonable rent, and accessibility to fun things. Okay, so that's basically those are the main things that I'm thinking of when I'm looking for an area to live in. Hi, how are you? So, this is the list of areas I would recommend for people relocating to Charlotte, North Carolina. And again, it really depends where you're relocating from. Like if you're coming from a major city versus maybe coming from a rural area or coming from like the countryside, I definitely think that you'll be able to adapt to different type of things. So for me, coming from the north, I was really, really picky, just because there were just certain things I just didn't want to feel isolated. That was my biggest issue moving to Charlotte. I'm already by myself, I'm moving to a new city. I don't want to be in the outskirts, versus people that are from here, they're probably more willing to go to those outskirt areas. Okay. Hi, Nana. I'm caught in between. I'm not a millennial, but don't have children, not trying to raise a family. I'm just a city girl. Okay. That's cool. Montfort, there were good areas for young individuals and lots of things to do. Yes, definitely those are on my list. Wow. You're beating me. Okay, let me go to the list. So, top 10 neighborhoods I would recommend for someone moving to Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's not really specifically in order, but kind of uptown, obviously uptown Charlotte, going to be one of the most popular areas. South End, number 2. South End has a lot to do, up and coming, a lot of things, like literally everything new they make these days is in South End. Number 3, I would say Plaza Midwood. Plaza Midwood is not bad. I mean, gentrification is it has its areas. It can be a little, but that's all these areas, honestly. Even South End, Uptown, all gentrified. Plaza Midwood has a lot of things to do, especially for like a lot of Black businesses. I've noticed a lot of establishments in Plaza Midwood, so I would definitely put that up on the list. And the rents, from what I've seen, not too bad. I will put Noda, number 4. To be honest, I haven't explored Noda that much, and that's something I'm going to do more of this year. But a lot of things, like when I'm on Axios, or a lot of restaurants I see, hybrid dishes in Noda, a lot of things that are on my list to do are in Noda. For some reason, I don't know why it's not even far from Uptown. I really don't know why I haven't been to Noda that much. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you like this content, okay? Hit the like button. Number 4, Noda. Number 5, I'll put South Park. And I really like the South Park area just because, when you're there, you just feel a different vibe. You just feel expensive, you feel bougie, like, I'm in South Park. That type of feeling like when you're in the area and it just makes you go home and be like, I need to work hard. I need to hustle. Like, wow, like you're just inspired. But the only issue I personally have with South Park is that to me, is not much to do. Like South Park is a nice, safe area. Yes, the mall is there, obviously, the mall. But outside of the mall, like I just feel like nothing is really there. Like I hardly go to South Park to turn up. Like only thing I could think of close to South Park we used to go to was Barrowed at the Lift, and they closed down. So South Park to me, like the social aspect of it, to me is wah wah wah. Oh, but also South Park is RH Rooftop, South Park area. That's cool, but it's nothing special. I mean, they have like 5 things on the menu just for vibes. It's cute pictures. Go to RH Rooftop, Restoration Hardware. And another place we went to, Bar One at Phillips Lounge. That was a cute spot. I've only been there once. Maybe I'll go again. And it was a really good vibe. Like that strip has a few things to do, I guess. So, but besides that, I just feel like South Park is just too quiet and too residential. Like it's just, but it's good. It's a good area. That's my number 5. Number 6. I don't mind. I like Valentine, but I understand why some people would not want to live in Valentine just because it is far, like from uptown area driving there with no traffic, about 25 minutes all highway. So imagine with traffic. And again, it's also very residential. Like if I'm complaining about South Park, at least South Park is not that far. South Park is not that far from like uptown area. Valentine is actually far, but I like Valentine. It's a cool vibe. So that was number 6, right? Number 7, one of the most popular ones, definitely I have to say University. University, I don't care much for it, but what I can say is from doing my research and looking at apartments, it's probably an area that you'll find one of the most affordable apartments. University area, and it's very diverse. Like a lot of Black-owned establishments are actually in the University area. So definitely have to put University up there, not too far from Uptown. It's funny, I was talking to someone the other day, like, University is so far. I'm like, really? Like, it is like, I'm not gonna lie, you go to Stats, you go to those, like, you're gonna be on the highway. It's a bit drive, but it's not as far as Valentine. University, everything I'm gonna say in relation to Uptown, because Uptown literally is basically like the center of Charlotte, basically downtown area, but over here they call it Uptown. So University is definitely gonna be up there. You definitely can get your bang for your buck. As far as the area, I'm not crazy about it, but it's and I would put Mallard Creek probably with University. I know it's a kind of near it, and I know a lot of people A lot of people are moving up to that area as well. So that was number 7. Okay. Number 8. So what would I say? Number 8. I think I just might have 7. Number 8. Okay. I'm going to talk about places I've heard of, but I haven't been to yet necessarily. Okay. So I'm actually going there this week. I have an appointment there, Steel Creek. I'll put number 8. I hear it's up and coming. And they're building up because I need to go return some stuff from Aldo. They have like an outlet over there, the Nike outlet, and I hear it's up and coming. And a lot of people are going there now, and it's basically going to be one of the new hot spots. And eventually, when it gets big, it's going to end up being expensive like all these other places. So I'll put Steel Creek probably as number 8, just because I hear so much about that area, and I'm going there for the first time this week. Number 9, I would definitely probably put. What's that area before? Would it be the South Carolina border? I'm thinking of, is it Fort Mill? I believe so. Like there's an area, I believe it's Fort Mill. I hear a lot about that area. It's only been there a couple of times. Again, it's obviously it's going to be a little further south because basically you're going to South Carolina. And I mean, I hear it's basically just as expensive as some areas in Charlotte just because so many people are living there because it's on the border. But I'll put Fort Mill. And if I had to put a number 10, what would I put? As far as Charlotte, oh my God, Dilworth. I forgot, almost forgot. Okay, thank goodness I wrote some stuff down. Dilworth. Yeah, I really love Dilworth. It's such in a good area. Like, cause you're on the board. It's on the border of South End. It's on the border of It's not far from South Park. Like, I just love the location of Dilworth. A lot of nice things there. Like a bit ritzy. Just really really cute. I really like the Dilworth neighborhood. So I got the 10, right? So let me start from the beginning and see if I can name them again. Okay, let me see. Russell, work in apartment maintenance industry. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this content, of course. There's a nice recent note of video. Okay, cool. Can you list the areas again? Okay, list the areas again. I'm gonna list the areas again. Oh my goodness, I didn't even write this down in order. I just went up the head. Okay. So Uptown, South End, Plaza Midwood, South Park, Ballantyne, University, Steel Creek, Fort Mill, Dilworth, and I think I'm missing one. What is the one I'm missing? Okay, let me start again. See, that's why you have to take notes. Too much stuff to remember. Okay, so Uptown. Oh, Noda. Okay, so Uptown, South End, Noda, Plaza Midwood, South Park, Ballantyne, University / Mallard Creek, Steel Creek, Fort Mill, Dilworth. 10. I gave you 10 reasons, and these are all in Charlotte. I'm going to also talk about areas that are not necessarily Charlotte, but I think are very decent. I've been to, and they're not even, some areas in Charlotte I'm naming to you are farther than these areas outside of Charlotte. So keep that in mind, especially for people, I guess, people, when they want to buy a house, it makes sense to maybe leave Charlotte, most likely lower property tax, I would believe, for some of them at least. But those are 10 areas I listed all in Charlotte. And based on what location. So I based these areas on safety, reasonable rents, and accessibility to fun things to do. We all know that there's rising crime in Charlotte, period. So Uptown things happen, Plaza Midwood things are happening, University things happen. Like, I can't tell you things don't happen in any of these neighborhoods, but they're not the central neighborhoods I see on the news. Like when I'm watching, oh, this person was found this, or this person, like none of these areas I listed are that frequent when I see things that are happening in the news. But obviously, things happen everywhere. You just have to be safe wherever you go. So that's what I'm basing. I'm basing it on safety, reasonable rent, and accessibility. I wouldn't necessarily say Uptown and South End have reasonable rent. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, those are probably the 2 most expensive areas I named on this list, but they're really good as far as accessibility and having things to do. So it is what it is. I want to walk to a grocery store, Target, CVS, neighborhood coffee shop safely. A nice neighborhood park would be ideal. That's the issue. Like, especially down here, if you want a good walking score, most likely your rent is just going to be higher because a lot of places are just not walkable, especially as you leave the Uptown area. But I feel like if you want a walkable area, definitely Uptown and South End. Like, it doesn't get better than that. Some depending on where you live in South Park, could be a little walkable. Like if you're around those strips, Like if you live near the mall, there's always the mall there. There's the Whole Foods there. Like some apartments I looked at recently in South Park actually have a lot of things around them, so that wouldn't be bad as well. I'm not too sure about Valentine. It just when I go there, it just seems very very residential. University, I'm not sure. Plaza Mood, I'm not sure. Dilworth, I think you could find somewhere with a good walking score. Dilworth is beautiful. I like Dilworth. So let's hit the like button. Everyone in here, please get the likes up. Mr. Russell started off with the $5 super chat. So if it's okay if you can't super chat, but at least if you could hit the like button, that's also a nice contribution. My heard university area is getting bad, more crimes, robberies. I could definitely believe that. Like me personally, like I don't really like the university area. That's just my person. I frequent there a lot. I just really, really don't like it. But of everywhere I listed, I think it's one of the most affordable of the 10 areas that I listed. Like when I'm looking at apartments, I think you get a lot for your money. How far is Steel Creek from Uptown? Let me check. I checked the other day. It said about 22 minutes. Let me check right now. Steel Creek, Charlotte, North Carolina, 23 minutes right now with no traffic. So it's a bit of a drive too. Like these are not places that, I mean, for me, it depends. Some people that's not a drive, but to me, 23 minutes with no traffic. So imagine in a day that could be like 30 plus minutes. It's not close to Uptown, but down here people drive. NODA. Okay. How about the areas to avoid? Honestly, I don't, people kind of trying to come for me because we made a video. I'm gonna put a lot of videos in the description box about neighborhoods and neighborhoods to avoid. Let's think about Charlotte. It's just very weird. I keep saying it. Like where I'm from, I could list neighborhoods that are known to be like unsafe, like the names of the cities, right? But again, Charlotte is a city. So that's why it gets confusing. So we're talking about neighborhoods, and not every neighborhood really has a name. So people talk about like, oh, stay away from anywhere off of Beatty's Ford, or stay away off anywhere off of this or off of that. Like there's not really specific neighborhoods that I can really list to you. And then over here, the hoods just look different. I'm not gonna lie. Like now, I can know if I'm in the hood because I've been here for a while. But when you come here, everywhere has trees. There's a lot of greenery. Everywhere looks nice. And then you start to realize, this area looks a little sketchy, or this area looks a little sketchy. So it's just different. I really can't name it. I would say personally, from all the places I've been to, I would have Beatty's Ford area. I would avoid that. I would avoid that area. I would avoid, where else? Freedom. Some places off of Freedom Drive. I would avoid those areas. And it's just weird because I'm telling you to avoid Freedom, but it's an area of Freedom that's like right next to Uptown. Like there's a border of like Freedom Drive and Uptown. So I can't really tell you this whole road avoided. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a whole road. It can go miles and miles. Tiga, K, South Carolina. I don't know anything about that area. Sorry, I only been to South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, and Fort Mill. Uptown, South End, Northern Valentine University, Mile Creek, Steel Creek, Plaza, Missouri. Yes, some of the places I mentioned. South Park, Dilworth. Top neighborhoods. Ooh, Charlotte, Uptown, South End, Plaza Millwood, South Park, Valentine, Noda, University, Mile Creek, Steel Creek, Fort Mill, Dilworth. You got it. Dilworth should be, as far as location, Dilworth is next to like Uptown, South End, kind of. Not kind of, it is. Like there's a border of South End, and I really like Dilworth. Oh, Montford. How did I forget Montford? Dilworth has Montford area. One room apartments between 1,600 to 2,000 with ease, I noticed. But there is bars, bowling, grocery stores, restaurants, clothing stores, etc. under 15 minutes from Uptown. Great. Yeah, Montford, I like that area. I would put that with South Park. Like I'll put Montford with Myers Park, South Park. Like I guess it is its own neighborhood, but I do like Montford. And one bedroom, 16,000 still is kind of pricey, But I guess it is what it is. Because I just feel like if I'm gonna pay that much, why not be like in South End? But South End is more than that. What am I saying? Probably like 2,000 starting, 1,900. But yeah, Montford area is cool. Check out our video. We did a tour of Emerson and Montford, and I heard their prices have dropped recently. So look into Emerson and Montford. Sorry if you already mentioned. Can you speak about parking, availability, pricing, street, more option, or is more garages? The one thing I personally like about Uptown is just the parking. I don't like basically gonna be prepared to pay for parking. So I don't really care for Uptown. South End, parking can be a little annoying as well. Pricing, what do you mean by pricing? Like for apartments, I'm not sure about apartment pricing. Availability, and I have a video coming out this week. stay tuned. It's going to come out probably Thursday. I toured some apartments yesterday. I'm not going to give out the neighborhood because I want you guys to be excited and have something to look forward to. But I toured 3 apartments in a very popular neighborhood, which is on the list of the top 10 that I mentioned. You're going to love it, especially the last one in the video. Brand new apartment complex and very, very reasonable because they're trying to fill it up. So stay tuned for Thursday's video. It should drop sometime in the afternoon. Crime is everywhere these days. Just stay vigilant. You can carry different self-defense tools on your keychain. There's a lot of options between $10 to $20. Yeah, it's just really crazy. For bad neighborhoods on YouTube, Long Live Langston video about neighborhoods to avoid in Charlotte. He makes a video. Okay, cool. I've heard of him. Yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, because I just don't know specific neighborhoods, but I know there's definitely a lot of bad neighborhoods in Charlotte. I'm not even going to. I hear. Okay, good. Russell, you mentioned this. I was about to say this next. So honorable mentions. These are not in Charlotte. Been to Mid Hill for the first time recently. Seemed pretty cool to me, but I can't really talk a lot about Mid Hill because I just went to one spot. Matthews, not bad at all. Like Matthews, I go there often and I can get to Matthews quicker than getting to Ballantyne. So I feel like Matthews is definitely an area to look into if you don't mind not being close, right? Because like I use Independence to get to Matthews. So Matthews, I just don't know if the apartment's initially cheap, but that's why it doesn't make sense to me, like to pay $1,500 for something in Matthews versus even $1,700 in Charlotte area. Like for me personally, I still rather pay $1,700 to be closer but then in Matthews, maybe it might be that even though you're paying for not that much of a difference, you're probably going to get more for your money in terms of space, quality, amenities. That might be it. But the video coming up is not Matthews, but I am going to do a day of apartment tours in Matthews coming up in February, definitely, because it's long overdue. And Matthews is the area that I'm most familiar with outside of Charlotte. Can you do a video driving through neighborhoods and showing us the areas you're talking about? Oh, sure, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, tell Ngozi to come to Charlotte so we can make some content. I don't know what she's doing in Houston, or my cousin can help me, I guess, but it'll have to be a weekend. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, driving through neighborhoods so you guys can actually get a feel of those areas. That makes a lot of sense. I hear Union County, which is next to Mecklenburg County, has a great school system. Yes, Union County as well. Yeah, I have my last job, my coworker lived in Union County. Like she wouldn't even move to Charlotte because of the schools. Those are all 30 minutes away and more rural. Like, what are those? Please clarify what are those. I moved from Orange, New Jersey. Orange, New Jersey. I'm from West Orange. What areas are similar to Charlotte or similar to Essex County in general? Okay. So Orange is one of those areas that like it's on the border. It's considered, like I used to live in Orange. It is an urban neighborhood. Some people can consider it hood, but it's not like Irvington. It's not like Newark. It's not like really, really bad, I would say. So I don't know. It's just different. I don't know how to compare. I'm moving from Orange, New Jersey. What areas are similar in Charlotte or similar to Essex County? The thing is that Essex County would be Mecklenburg County. So I don't know how to compare it. Like the size is just, I don't, because Essex County has a bunch of different neighborhoods. Essex County has Short Hills. Livingston is in Essex County, one of the nice neighborhoods, and then also Irvington is in Essex County. So it's just so hard to compare it. What are areas similar in Charlotte to Orange? I mean, it depends upon Orange, right? Were you in Orange bordering West Orange? Are you in Orange like the gentrified part of Orange where they have all these luxury apartments they're building up? I don't know why to my mind Plaza Midwood is coming up when you're telling me Orange. I don't know why. That's the only area that's coming up in my mind. Oh, Matthews, Indian Trail. Yeah, rural, like exactly. That's the only thing. But then there's also parts of Charlotte that are rural, like if you go to Harris, like if you go to certain parts, what's that part? Like there's certain parts of Charlotte you drive to that can be kind of rural as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because you stay in Charlotte, you're not going to get that rural feel. You can still get a rural feel in certain parts of Charlotte because Charlotte is huge. Jersey, stand up, you already know. Yeah, so Short Hills is Essex County and Milburn, exactly. So Essex County is so, like you have some of the richest neighborhoods in Jersey, then you also have some of the poorest neighborhoods in the same county. Orange has mansions, yeah. In the valley, okay, in the valley of so isn't that the nice part of Orange? I believe so. I don't know why Plaza Midwood just comes to my mind. I'm not really sure why. I'm from Jersey too. I think she needs to move to Noda or Plaza Millwood. Yes, yes, Plaza Millwood. Yes, that's. I don't know why Plaza Millwood just came to my mind when you talked about Orange. Like I know I'm not crazy. Are we opening up the lines tonight? Great convo. Don't forget to hit the like button, everyone. There's 21 people here. Hit the like button so more people can join. We can be more interactive. We might bring people in the call. We'll be able to engage. Like this is just. I know there's so many people, so many questions. And again, we have a lot of videos on our channel. I have 2 videos about neighborhoods I mentioned in Charlotte. I have 2 neighborhood videos. One of them did really, really well. Best neighborhoods in Charlotte for millennials. And I made this video like after I moved. Like I was only here 6 months, and literally I'm reading off the paper from that time. And some of it, most of it is still relevant. So it's just crazy. Sometimes you think that you need to be somewhere forever, and it's not really true, right? Like I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh my God, I know all of Charlotte." I really, really don't. I'll tell you all the time. Someone asks about Tiga. I would say I don't know if I don't know. But what I'm saying is that it's not necessarily. I keep telling people it's not necessarily how long you stay somewhere. It's about how you move when you're there. It's about, do you explore? Like do you go places? Like do you move around? Do you know what's going on? Do you go out? Because I just can't believe that I made this video for millennials within 6 months of living in Charlotte, and it did so well and it helped so many people. So yes, please hit the like button. Thank you. You're welcome. We need the likes up before we open the lines. What's your Edwin? I'm not following. Plaza Midwood, Noda has subway near city buses. That's why I want those areas. Okay, so Chris D, I'm kind of let me. You're the one that said that you don't have. Okay, I'm caught in between. I'm not a millennial, but I don't have children. Not trying to raise. So do you live in Charlotte? Chris? Do you live in Charlotte already, or are you someone that's trying to move from Jersey as well? You and Long Live Lance should do a collab video about Charlotte. Y'all would do excellent together on videos. Oh, really? Okay. That would be nice. That would be really, really good. Yeah, I see his videos pop up all the time. I'm gonna watch some of them. I've only watched a few. I've really been bad with YouTube recently, and I'm trying to get back into it because I love YouTube, and that's like when I consume content also inspires me, gives me ideas. No, I do a lot of research on CHT, so CLT, I guess you mean do a lot of research. Wow, so you really know your stuff for someone that's not even here yet. So yeah, when I moved, I didn't really know all these things. I'm not even gonna lie. Like yeah, I watched a couple. I remember there's this 2 girls I used to watch their videos. They don't post anymore. They really helped me. I was watching their videos, but honestly, I learned like everything when I moved here. I didn't even see my apartment before I moved. I did not see my apartment. I did a virtual tour, and God is real. He blessed me because I've been here almost 3 years now. No issues. No, God is good. So I ended up in a great area. I just know I didn't want to be anywhere rural and isolated by myself. I actually live now in DMV, although I'm from Newark. Okay, Jersey, DMV. So you move. This is crazy. You in DMV? My friend be like, "Oh, we should be in Atlanta. We should be in DMV." And then you see people from DMV wanting to leave. You see people from Atlanta wanting to leave. You see people from Houston moving to Charlotte. It just gets so confusing. Like, where is this ideal city? Where is this ideal city that people think exists? Because I just get shocked when I hear people from such poppin' cities talk about moving to Charlotte. I'm moving there in July. Okay. How about affordable, decent areas? I guess we kind of talked about that. Affordable, as far as the list of the 10 places, I would say the most affordable would be university. In my opinion, I think what you're going to get the best prices in university. And Still Creek, I don't know yet, right? Because I haven't been there. So we'll figure out. Noda to me is for people that like arts. Exactly. Noda is like the art district. Like, yeah, like the arts. Maybe that's why I don't go there. Noda's for me, people that like art, lifestyle, reggae, etc. That's brave of you. Not sure. Jersey. I'm tired of here. Tired of DMV. How long you been there? That's awesome. Moving out seeing unit before is nerve wracking. Yeah, it's like I don't even know because yeah. I think though that if you choose like a good unit, most likely like a luxury unit in a good area, there's a lower chance that you won't like it. You get what I'm saying? I think that's it, but I can't say. And it was my first apartment. How picky the price was amazing. How picky am I going to be? You know what I mean? Like major cities are saturated. People just want new experiences, right, Edwin? Um, that's brave of you. Oh, to move without seeing my apartment. That's brave of you. It worked out. Almost here 3 years, right, Edwin? Moved here in '91. Oh, Just need to change. Tired of the DC political stuff for your life. 91. Wow, that's a really long time. I see why you want to leave. That's a really, really, really long time. Again, everyone, don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, hit the like button. Also, don't forget you can super chat. Any amount goes a long way. If you didn't go to church this Sunday, you can give your offering right now. You know, it is not a problem. So anyone have any questions? I really don't want this live to be too long. The max I want any of the lives to be is 1 hour. So we have about 30 more minutes if you have questions. If you don't have questions, we can round it up. But I'm here. I'm open to engaging and talking, answering any questions you have about my experience in general or these neighborhoods in general. Like I said, I don't know about every single neighborhood in Charlotte. It's just so many. I keep telling people I don't know how to compare it because I'm coming from an area that we have towns, like people live in the city, but Charlotte is the city, and within Charlotte are these neighborhoods. So it's just a lot. Surrounding areas of Charlotte are getting really, really popular. Can people call in? I don't know how to work that. If people want to call in, I guess you can try first, and so we can test it. If you want to call in, I don't know how that works, but feel free to call in. Easier to ask questions. Would you ever consider doing a meet and greet for people that just moved to Charlotte, like a networking event? I've actually thought about that, just because I know there's so many people that have moved to Charlotte, and it's really hard sometimes to find that community and people you can relate with and you can share experiences with. Maybe and the stuff, it's hard to find it for younger people too. I tend to find like a lot of the groups, the age, like they're older, and I don't have a problem with that, but it's just different. Like I want to be around people my age. Let's talk about the critters. There are snakes, mosquitoes, big bugs in the summer. I don't know anything about any of that. I don't have an experience with snakes, mosquitoes, or big bugs in the summer, thank goodness. Good question. You have to send a link in the chat. Invite. Oh. So let me see. So because you click on it first. Me and you will test it. What's an average apartment rent in CLT like? Like Noda, University, and other areas you've mentioned. 1 bedroom. Oh, let me put it up. 1 bedroom. I think right now the average for 1 bedroom in general is sitting at around 1,500, 1,500. But I think for university, definitely can get lower than that. Average rents in Charlotte. University, you don't have to pay up to. Ooh, I was wrong. Average rent in Charlotte, North Carolina is 1,667 for 944 square feet. Last update October 2022. That seems a bit high. Wow. Eastover, Brook Hill, South End, 2,166. Uptown, 2,166. Yeah. So South End, Dilworth, 2,073. Oh, Elizabeth. I didn't mention Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a good area too. Interesting. Bradfield Farms. That's an area. Okay. It says one of the most affordable areas, Bradfield Farms. I've been around the area. There's a lot of houses over there. Expensive. South End, Brook Hill, Eastover. I don't even know where Eastover technically is, but I've heard about it. Okay. How about the dating scene? That needs this whole video. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Add to stream. And Guz, you there?
Hello, everyone.
How come I don't see you?
Because I turned off my camera. Because I
Like, is it that serious? Go look decent and put on your camera. I'm here.
let me put on the camera.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing?
So starting February is gonna be both of us like this.
I just didn't know
Get ready.
the link.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, send the link.
Starting February, we're gonna be like this in these videos. You're going to have to, because next month we're not talking about Charlotte, we're not talking about Houston. February, we're talking about relationships. So y'all be ready. The manosphere be ready. Everyone be ready. Red Pill be ready.
Ready for y'all. You ready?
Be ready. Next month is all relationship talk. All next month. Maybe we'll have like one. I'm gonna do like one video on my update, 2.5 years living in Charlotte. Besides that, this dating question, that's why I said let's just save it for February, because we're gonna be talking about that every Sunday. Dating, relationships.
It's gonna get hot. It's gonna get hot.
That would be nice. What would be nice? I'm getting confused. Yeah, I plan to look for events like that when I move. Mia, when I move, we can plan one. Ha ha ha. Okay, that's the link. Empty nester here. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm down. I was wondering about the diversity of jobs in Charlotte area besides banking and healthcare. I've heard there are nothing but low wage jobs in the city. I could believe that. That's a lot of rent. The numbers I listed, right? Yeah. Bradfield Farms is a good area. Yeah, Bradfield Farms. Ngazi H
H-Town,
Town.
H-Town.
You
Yeah,
guys support this H Town, H Town.
I gotta support Charlotte. You know what I mean? I gotta be positive. I've been to Charlotte, a lot of times.
Everyone's saying, hey, good to see
Hi
you.
everyone, 7 times. So I don't live in Charlotte, but I know a good amount about it because the channel we started off there, and I had to learn a lot just by default because I was still contributing somewhere, whether it's editing the video, making the short. So I feel like that's why people always ask all the time, if you're to move somewhere, where would you go? Like I keep saying, I think I'm gonna be in Houston for another year. That's coming up soon, y'all. Y'all gonna get the tea. But honestly, as much as I may try and be,
Oh.
if I was to go somewhere, it probably most likely would be Charlotte because
Uh,
it's there, my cousin is there, and I know enough about it already.
right.
Like
Go
somewhere
start doing
I'm
that research.
doing research again. Oh, it's a lot of work, y'all. But I love seeing the questions, the content. You guys are engaged, asking the right things. But just a little. I guess the point I'll make is that everyone knows no matter how much research you do, when you move somewhere, you'll always learn something else. Like there's nothing like that real hands-on experience. Like when I made my video, what I wish I knew before moving to Houston, that video did really well last year. I'm gonna try and get a second part in today. You have the people that make the comments. Oh, you should have Googled more. You didn't read the newspaper. Oh, you didn't do this.
You don't watch the news.
Like, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I didn't do as much research as some other people. Like, who we have in the group? Is it Chris or Mia? Some people really they've
Do
been
a lot of research.
they've been planning for years, knowing they're preparing to move. That's good and that's great. But for those who haven't done that, don't think that you're not ready to go somewhere new. That's the point I'm trying to make. Of course, know the basics. Don't go somewhere blindly and just go there and wing it. This is a big move, especially if you're moving like cross country, couple of states. You want to know that the politics, laws, different things. I know, like for Texas, there's no state income tax, which is a huge plus. So you want to know those major things. Do they pump gas every state except for New Jersey and Oregon? You know what I mean? So that's pretty much not that important. But I'm just giving examples. Like you want to know some major things, the tax rate, you know what I mean? Like sales tax. I think those are basic general things you should know. But the idea that you have to know everything about every neighborhood and everything, and you have to be a pro before you move, nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. No matter how much you know, when you get there, you're gonna learn so much more.
Right.
Experience is always the best teacher. Of course, you want to be as prepared as possible. I'm not discouraging people. Like I said, I admire Chris. I admire I admire you because I'm looking at myself next week. This weekend makes 1 year I was in Houston, and I'm like, yo. When I look back, I'm like, I didn't know. I thought I knew a lot because I had been here a couple of times,
Yeah,
but
you didn't really know anything about Houston.
I did not know as much as I thought I knew. Like I learned a lot. So it was a large learning curve in this last year. So just do it. If you really
and I think it's great if you do a lot of research, but also I think some people overthink it. And I just feel like, yeah, it's great if you do the research, and it's also great if you don't really know that much either. Like it's also great. Like it's not like you can also, especially for the people that are young, single, like YOLO, like what's the worst that can happen? Like I think the biggest thing is securing a job. Another thing, I didn't even have a job when I moved, but we're not gonna talk about all of this because y'all, I'm gonna make y'all just
move. Don't look at her move.
My apartment. I didn't have a job. Like literally, so like I'm.
How that
Excuse
went.
me?
I said I didn't see my apartment, and everyone knows how that went. If you watch our videos and my issue with my apartment,
Roaches. But to be honest, Ngazi, the point I made earlier, don't you feel as if you already automatically are living in a luxury apartment, you can get away with not seeing your apartment more?
You can get away with it more, but I still wouldn't suggest anyone to rent. See it because even if your place may be nice, the neighborhood is still another factor. So there's nice places and areas that are not that great. It could be little things as like I've looked at many luxury apartments in Houston and they're like very high-end, expensive.
Hold on. I'm here. Are you hearing like static? Go ahead. Keep talking.
No. And it's little stuff like, oh, we have homeless people that come in our lobby all the time. Like little stuff like that. If you go somewhere, of course, you may run into that and physically see it. But like little stuff about the area, like what's across the street, you know what I mean? Is there a tire shop? Like little stuff I feel as if that you can't really gauge without physically visiting the apartment, because it's not just the apartment. The apartment could be nice, it could be good, it could be all you want, but also the area is important. Not even just the neighborhood, but the immediate area.
The vibes. You know, it's all about the vibes.
Exactly. Like, is there a playground across the street? Children are going to be screaming at nighttime. You know what I mean? Like, little stuff like that. You're not going to just know that from just getting a virtual tour of your apartment.
That's true. Okay, so this is, anyone want to join me and Ngazi? Y'all are free. You know, we're friendly. We don't bite. Y'all are free to join the conversation, and you know, I'll keep that up. But there's other stuff too. Okay, so just go in the comments if you want to join. I'm just pinned it real quick. I don't think you even click it from here, but I want to keep going with what people are saying. Diversity of jobs. Yeah, I'm not really sure. All I hear about is healthcare and banking, to be honest, but I'm sure that's not it. That's a lot of rent. Oh, okay. I already talked about this. So y'all did a food video a while back. Any good Caribbean restaurants in Charlotte? Have I been to? Okay, so only Caribbean restaurant I order off of DoorDash, Erie, IRIE, is decent, I guess, but I don't really know what to compare it to. I like Caribbean food, but that's the only one. IRIE Nation Restaurant. I believe they have 2 different locations. LOL. I'm not sure what you're laughing at. Would you buy a home in Charlotte? I don't know. I really don't know. Buying a house is a lot. Like, I just want to move into somebody's house, to be honest. But you know, the way the dating market is going, I don't know if I could rely on that.
He's able that he can do anything.
He can do anything, right?
His ways are not our ways. His time is not our time.
His faith of a mustard seed. You know you want to be with Nana. Yes, Chris. Like, Ngazi is like, I think Ngazi's trying to prove a point in Houston to say like, oh, I did something exotic. I did something like, even my cousin was in a group chat saying, Ngazi, you really staying in Houston another year? I just looked at it, I started laughing. Just like, we call Ngazi prove a point in Ngazi. Like, if you do it, Ngazi doesn't want to, Ngazi that person, she doesn't want to go with the norm. She doesn't want to do what society's doing. Like, even if
I get
something that she likes, she wants to be unique. She wants to be different.
Let me be real with y'all. Let me call it a buck. Number one.
Because you turn your mic on and off. I'm hearing static. Anyone else hearing static with Ngazi, or is it just me? I'm hearing static. So I want to make sure it's not going to come up like that on the when we replay the live.
Put it back on. Let me be 100 with you all.
Anyone hearing static, let me know if it's just me, so that way I can stop talking and stop mentioning. But I'm hearing like static when Ngazi's talking. Is that just me? Anyone else hearing that? I love your videos in spirit. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much.
Let me put in my ear pods, y'all.
Listen, I missed the full service gas stations. Yes, in Jersey, I miss getting my gas pumped for me. I didn't see my place either. I'm in SP. Please, what's SP? Oh, South Park. Isaiah, you're a Charlotte guide, right? You're the one that gives us all those places to go to, right? I didn't see my place either, South Park. Yeah, I think you can get away with not seeing your, and mind you, I'm a bit picky. It's not like I'm someone who's like, I can live anywhere, but I think as long as you're staying in certain areas, you already know the area is good, and you're staying like in luxury, I think you can get away with doing the whole guided tour or the whole like virtual tour. That's just my personal opinion. And you can probably get away with it, but they be sticking them luxury apartments anywhere. Exactly. As I said, I think it's more about knowing the area. And then once it's luxury and you know the area, I feel like for the most part, you should be good. What kind of amenities do luxury apartments offer in Charlotte? It really just depends. There's so many levels of luxury, so I can't really say that. I just know for the most part, you'll see like a pool, a gym. A lot of gyms are basic. They don't even really count. Like, I went and got a gym membership, even though I have a gym, because my gym is a joke. Yes, I hear. You hear the static, right? Yeah, she has some static, but we can understand still. I know. Yeah, it's like, I know I'm not crazy. Yeah, I hear static. Static is strong. LOL. I hear the static too. Okay, I know I'm not crazy because she's making it seem like, let me remove her. Ngozi, join again. But let me add her back. I think she's doing something. I'm not really sure what she's doing right now. Yeah, so as far as amenities, I really like that apartment I saw yesterday, the third one. Oh my goodness. I've never seen anywhere. Like, even the view that I've been to didn't even have amenities like this one. Like, this one was on another level when it comes to amenities. A lot of nice amenities. Like, I was like, wow. And the pricing was actually very affordable, only because it's a new apartment complex. So, and then when they talked about how full they are, like, they're not even like at 30%, I don't even think. So they're just trying to get people to move in. It was amazing. I didn't know that every apartment seems to charge admin application. Oh my goodness, deposit fees in Charlotte before you even move in. Where I'm from, just pay up application fee and a deposit. It was crazy yesterday. Like some of these apartments will get you because one of them we went to was like, oh, rent is 13 something. And then they have fees of like 200 and something every month. So like that's the thing. It's not just about paying the rent. Like I know my apartment, only fee that really annoys me is this technology fee. They make me get a technology fee. So they're charging me for internet and cable $109 a month, which is annoying because I don't need cable. I would just get internet. I'm sure internet wouldn't cost me $109 a month. But these other fees I see at some places, like even valet trash, me personally, I don't need valet trash. Okay, the trash chute is down there. Like I don't need to pay $50 for you to come. And to me, the idea of trash sitting in front of everyone's door just freaks me out. Like I think it's so gross. I know my cousin's like, I don't mind it. I like valet trash. I don't want to watch the trash machine. And I get it. Like why it depends on where the trash is, how far away it is from you. But the idea of like everyone's trash sitting out in front of the door at night, I just think that's gross. So I don't have valet trash. Thankfully, my parking is only $20 in the month, which is very reasonable. But some of these fees, they got like yesterday went to a place, they charge a concierge fee and they don't have a concierge. I'm just like, what? Like we were just laughing, like, so what are they talking about? Like, what are you charging? The security, I didn't pay any security deposit when I moved. So I don't know what all these places are talking about security deposit. I'm shook by that. I didn't pay any security deposit. I did an admin fee, but then they saw application. It's just, yeah, you're right. It's too much. Wow. I know all the add-ons are ridiculous. Straight robbery. Yeah, like these fees are crazy. How often they pick up trash? I'm not I don't know. I don't have valet trash. So I just throw out my trash when it's full. We look at fees, not just rent. Exactly. I'm talking about 200 to 350 admin fee plus the application fee, which could be around 50 to 100. Crazy. And goes you back, right? So let's hear you talking.
Hello.
It's
Can y'all
still
hear me now?
staticky. Put your camera up. It's like not so far down. Yeah. Yeah, you could
Hi,
talk.
y'all.
It's still
Y'all still hear
static. I
that?
mean, it's not
Mm,
terrible, but there's still static.
mm.
Mm.
What was I saying?
Yeah,
We talk about the fees, and that's important because I was just looking at apartments, and the fees are crazy. Like, don't just look at the rent because basically they're giving all these amenities now, but they're charging amenity fees. So it's not like they don't they don't realize even with the high rent, they're still trying to make they're basically just trying to make as much money as possible. Charge you for pest control, valet trash. Some places charge for parking. Some places have just a separate amenity fee. There's so many fees. So I think that is very important to just not focus on rent, but focus on those fees because they add up. $50, $20 here, reserve parking, $75, this one, that one. You could be spending an extra two, three, $400 a month, at least 200 to 300 just on fees.
Yeah, my fees are not bad. The only one that annoys me is technology fee. Like that really just annoys me. Like, don't force me to get cable and internet and tell me you're giving me a better deal. Like, who really needs cable in 2023? Who needs cable? Like, I don't need cable. Just give me internet. Like, let me do my own thing. But I hear it's cheaper for them to do the technology package or whatnot. So we're coming up to 48 minutes. So we're gonna be done. I'm just gonna want to make this at the most an hour. We'll be done at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So anyone have any last minute burning questions for us? Any last minute burning questions? And yeah, so anyone can join the call as well. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if you guys are shy. Obviously you see that we're not shy. We wouldn't be on YouTube if we're
We're
shy.
friendly. Join. It'll be nice.
Put it up. This is the if you want to join in the conversation and ask some questions like face to face, if you're tired of typing, if you really want to go in, go deep, whatever. Feel
Another question I have for our subscribers: if a service was provided, like but I wouldn't necessarily say consulting, but like someone who you could call in and like let me have a 30-minute call, hour call, very reasonable. Would be nothing. It would be like almost like free. Like it wouldn't be something because it wouldn't be expensive at all. Is that something you think people will utilize or you guys are interested in? Like, do you think like that one-on-one, because like we said, we're inviting people to do it for free now, but some people I understand they may have certain questions, they may be shy, they may like,
they don't want to show their
not want
face.
to do it in front of people, right? So like, is that a service that you all would utilize? I'm just throwing that out there,
And like we
just,
have mentioned
just to
before,
get some
remember we
feedback.
talked about like the buddy, like the like someone that wants to visit, like not necessarily having someone and like just wanting someone to kind of like show them around. What would that be like a host kind of, I guess like a host experience? Like
Right, and like even just not on the even on a simpler level, if you don't necessarily need us, let's say you're coming with your friends or your cousins or family members, you have that like just an idea of what to do, like almost like like itinerary,
Mhm.
of possible things if you guys would be interested in that. 'Cause we're planning a lot of awesome things for 2023. We want to make sure that our audience
That
is,
money.
make sure our audience is aligned to, what we're trying to do. We don't want to go put in all the time and effort and create these things. That's not what you all really want or need or going to benefit from. So you also want to make sure that the need is there. But yeah, do it.
It's
2023 is the year.
not about money, to be honest. I just remember when I wanted to move, like I was so tired of New Jersey. I was so bored. My highlight of my weekend was going to church on Sundays. Like I was so bored being in the suburbs of New Jersey and just like being so hard to meet people, feeling isolated, and like I just wanted. And I remember going on YouTube, and it wasn't that many. There weren't that many people that I really could like my age range, like that many people. Like, they would make like one-off videos, right? Like, oh, I moved to Charlotte, apartment tour in Charlotte, but like they weren't really like telling us about what to do or where to live, or like like now it's much more popular. There's so many channels, like so many people talking about best neighborhoods in Charlotte and what to do in real estate. But like when I was moving or like started my research 2018, 2019, there wasn't as much as there is now. And I remember feeling like, oh my goodness, like I wish there was someone that like I could relate with. I wish there was someone that I can ask questions. I wish there was someone that I can talk to before I move. Like it would have been so helpful, but I was still fine. I was still
And kind of
good.
kind of piggyback on what you're saying, you even mentioned a few channels that you follow that they're no longer posting. I
Mhm.
noticed that too
A
with
lot of
Houston
them.
content. I'll find a lot of people will be like a couple of one, two off videos. And I totally understand being a creator and the fact that when it comes to type of content, it's very niched, right?
Mhm.
So after a while, you feel like we've had that issue too, thinking like, do people still want to hear this? How else am I going to say this to make it, engaging? Am I saying the same thing over and over again? Because even how we have this live about best neighbors in Charlotte, we have videos on this. We have videos on the worst areas in Charlotte as well. But sometimes you feel as if you don't want to be too redundant. So I definitely understand in this space, in this relocation, geography, whatever we want to call it, millennial moving niche, that it can be over that creating content sometimes drive, or like it could be overwhelming. You feel like, oh, let me just do something else. So I get it, but
Thank you. So in the future, I'd like to know about the diversity of jobs in CLT besides banking and healthcare. People need to have a job prospect when moving. Okay, we'll look into that. Because did you mute yourself? Oh, you muted yourself.
yeah, just
Subject check. What are thoughts on some of the suburbs such as Mint Hill, Weddington, Matthews? Better for folks relocating as a couples, plus minus kids, quieter. Yeah, I don't know what Weddington is. I never heard of that. But Mint Hill and Matthews definitely, I would say, better for people with couples and kids, quieter, more like suburban. Seems a little bit more like. And I still think and they're not far at all. Like Matthews is not far. I don't really know these places because I'm just going there maybe for work. I'm going there to do my hair in Matthews. Like I'm not going there to hang out and chill. So maybe one day I'll just spend a day in Matthews and like go out actually in Matthews and like check out the vibe. But I just know as far as like I frequent Matthews a lot, but I'm not going to say that I've hung out in Matthews. I don't want to lie. But it seems like family friendly. Oh yes, that'd be fun. Like special guests to talk about specific topics in the city. I think that would be cool. I could see folks taking advantage of that. And because they're replying to your thing about your comment about the
we'll
calls,
definitely look into that.
or the guest would be us. Then we get one, and we will talk about experience in different city. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
No, I think they get no. What I mean, like when people visit a city they're interested in moving to, maybe they maybe come with their friend, or they come in like with their sister, like or for people that also want to come alone, or who do come alone, but that's also maybe more of the need why they would want someone to tour with them because they're by themselves, so they may not be comfortable going to certain places. You know what I mean?
Okay, Mia, thank you for the super
Thanks,
sticker.
Mia.
We appreciate
We
you.
appreciate you.
Holding it down. Don't forget anyone else, please don't be scared to like this video. Please, it really
Like it,
helps us to like
please.
the video, okay? Even if you can't give anything, just like the video is really, really helpful. Job wise, I think it depends on what field you are in your degree. Yeah, even for healthcare, to be honest, even nurses don't get paid that much down here. So I really don't know what to like. Yeah, people say, "Oh,
It's
healthcare
banking.
jobs, there's
It's
jobs."
banking.
About just having jobs. Like, yeah, that's nice to have the job security, but how much are they willing to pay? And then when you think about how things are how costs are rising compared to these jobs, I'm just like, I just don't get it. Like, it's not adding up. the math is not mathing in Charlotte, North Carolina. Like it's really, really not mathing. If nurses are complaining, if people that have these jobs that supposedly are making so much are complaining about rent and housing, imagine someone who's making $15 an hour. Like where would they live?
It's hitting everyone. It's hitting everyone. Of course, it's hitting some people more than others. It would be remiss to not acknowledge that. But last year was crazy. It was a crazy year, price wise, and we seeing it now.
How about the job market compared to Raleigh? I just know Raleigh is really known for pharma, like because they have that
engineers,
like those type of jobs, but I'm not really sure in general the jobs that are popular outside of pharma, like pharmaceuticals and like research. I'm not really sure about the other jobs, but I mean I can look into it. I have a friend that lives in Raleigh.
Does Charlotte or North Carolina have a lot of factories? I'm wondering if there's a factory. I don't know why I think of factory word.
North Carolina as a whole has factories. I just don't know if it's specific to Charlotte. I'm really, really not sure. I've never heard of like people say, "No, I work in a factory. I work in a factory. I work in a factory." I just heard of people like having a lot of people trucking companies, driving trucks. Pricing for everything going up and pay income staying the same over it. Exactly. This doesn't make sense. Yes, Mint Hill Matthews is maybe for me. Weddington is more expensive for those so endowed. Oh, really? Weddington? I'll look into. I've never even heard of Weddington, to be honest. I don't even know what that is, but I'll look into it. Sounds interesting. So again, as we wrap this up, since it seems like nobody wants to join us on this live, y'all are shy. We'll reserve this.
Don't be scared.
It's February, especially the men have to call in. We have to I want to.
We got to see a face.
Yeah,
you got to call in.
Yeah, February starting next Sunday. Y'all be ready. Is the month of love, so we're gonna talk about relationships every Sunday. We'll sprinkle in some Charlotte, Houston stuff here and there, but we're gonna be talking about relations. And I really want the manosphere to come. Like for real, I really have
some invite. This is the invite.
Questions for the manosphere because I'm tired. Your girl is tired. The stuff I'm seeing online is just not making any sense. I feel like Raleigh's also big in healthcare. Yeah, definitely. You have Duke, UNC, Wake Med, for example. They all have healthcare facilities throughout the Triangle area. Thanks, twins. Next time I'll join. Ha ha ha. Okay. Was planning to move on into CLT in July, but rent is going up and my budget is $1,300. I think you could still move with $1,300. I don't think that. But issues. Why are you guys always moving in the summer? I guess. Do you have a family? Do you have kids? Because that's when things are way more expensive. If you can avoid the summer
now.
Yeah, I understand for some people they can't avoid it because they're thinking about their kids and want their kids to start school in August. They don't want them to miss anything. But the summer is really expensive to move anywhere. Like if you don't have to move in the summer, don't move in the summer. If you don't have to, gonna rush to move to push to move to November. Yeah, exactly. If you can do November, do November. November, December, January, February, the most affordable months to move. Those 4 months, most affordable months to move. Like. Summer is too expensive. I can't avoid summer. My lease ends in July here. Oh, lease ends in July.
Month to month until like September.
A month to month is expensive. We talked about this yesterday. You know how month to month is. Month to month is.
I mean, yeah, usually it is. It's a market rate, right? Or it's higher than that. Yeah, there's a way they calculate it. Yeah.
I guess the issue is want to move to Mallard Creek or Concord area. So I'm gonna wait until November. Do you know anyone here? Why do you want to move to Concord? Is far. Concord is really far. I don't know. Maybe you used to drive in Mallard Creek. Okay, but Concord.
And what you like to do? Are you moving here to have to turn up to go out? Because if you living in those type of places, it's gonna be hard to get out unless you don't mind driving.
Yeah, some people don't mind driving. DMV month to month is horrific. Yeah, month to month is expensive. Usually, like the price they told me month to month before, I was like, these people have to be crazy.
Yeah, they want to lock you in at that least.
Okay, so to round it up, we're almost at an hour. Next Sunday, stay tuned. Okay, so how are you guys feeling about the time? I really like the 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's really working for me, but I want to make sure, it's about my audience.
I think you should do an hour earlier.
Really?
I think it should be 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
And 7 p.m. Central Standard Time?
What do y'all think? Comment below. Would you want to push an hour earlier?
So 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m.
Because with the relationship talk, we're going to be talking. So right. If you're starting at 9, you don't want people up till midnight. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to be talking. I don't know, 1 hour. I don't know about that 1 hour budget. Because when it comes to that topic, it's a lot to say. So I just feel as if we don't want to keep people up to 11 p.m. People have work Monday. Like,
Okay, that's good. So I'm open to anyone, but I've been liking the 9 p.m. I've been liking the time. Like I eat
And I'm
dinner.
on Central. My eyes is even closing. I don't know about you.
You don't even sleep on time. So I don't know what you're
I
saying.
know.
If it's then go ahead, start it at 8 p.m. Okay. If it's going to be a long video, 8 p.m. All right. So next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be ready. Be ready. And it's also Black History Month. So we're gonna let's be real, we're gonna focus on Black relationships. That's the focus. Of course, we're talking about these things can apply to anyone, right? Like we're not gonna niche it like, oh my God, everyone's going through stuff. But the Black community, this is another level of stuff that we're seeing here. We're gonna come in Guzzy, the PhD holder, she's gonna come with stats. I'm gonna make her do the research. You're coming with stats. We're coming with statistics because something is going on. And no, before the world ends, I must get married and have my child. Like I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. So be ready, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Short video, 9 p.m. then. And then the next Sunday is going to be Super Bowl Sunday. So I don't know if I should, well, we'll talk about that next. I don't know if we should do it Sunday that day, that week, or
do it on Valentine's Day. That's Tuesday. People may be out with days, so I want to respect people's relationships.
All right, they're not like us.
They're not like you, girl. Don't put me in that.
Okay, no problem. I didn't see a ring on your finger, but thank you guys all for joining. The 20 of you guys that are left, we really, really appreciate it. Again, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come ready. Please tell your friends, tell everyone. Like it's gonna be so much fun. Like
invite your boys. We need men in this conversation.
Men. Like I want
just women.
I want to be like full of men, basically. Like I really want men to join this call. And like we're very reasonable people, right? Like we're not blue pill. Like we're not extremists. I really feel like me and Guzzy are very reasonable, very reasonable. Like we're the accountability queens, right? We advocate for women and men taking accountability. I just feel like these dates is too much extremism. It's too much on on far
everyone wants to blame someone else.
Right. And like we don't want to take responsibility for our actions. Okay, good night. And you're
Bye, y'all. You're welcome, Edwin. Invite your friends, Edwin. Bye.